'Cause I'm rolling, rolling, rolling. That was Limp Bizkit.
I'm rolling to the gym after this.
Oof. Today's my off day. I'm going to go walk around for 30 minutes. That's it.
Ab day. Ab day.
I did 30 pull-ups yesterday in legs, so I'm kind of spent.
I had a good workout yesterday. I was doing it in the morning, and I prefer doing it in the morning, but my workout's not as intense in the morning.
Yeah, because you're not
going into the afternoons now, and I hate going in there because it's crowded, but my workout's better.
The key workout time is like 8:30 to 11.
Well, I get to the gym around 6:30 in the morning typically, but I've been going around 5.
I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow morning about 7.
I'm doing all afternoons this week. All afternoons.
All right, let's do this.
All right, golf clap. Hello and welcome to another episode of Streaming Without a Paddle. I'm Andrew.
And I am Ted.
This week, Ted and I took on Prime Video's original Underdoggs starring Snoop Dogg, Mike Epps, and I'm not even going there.
That's it.
That's it, yeah. George Lopez makes an appearance.
He does. He makes 2 scenes. He's great.
3.
And there's that comedian guy who I don't really know his name, Tika Sumpler. I've seen in a lot of stuff.
She plays Charisse.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. She was in Sonic and a lot of different stuff. She's great. Ride Along. Yeah, she's great. I like her a lot.
Ted, I'm just going to come out. This movie made me uncomfortable.
Yeah?
Here I am. I'm sorry. Do you mind if I explain this to you?
Please do.
All right. So Snoop Dogg plays Jason Jennings.
2 J's.
Double J. Yeah. JJ. That's what he went by. And of course, when he does the JJ, he's acting like it's a joint. JJ. So he's got 2 of them. That's his symbol. That and double middle fingers, birds. Anyway, he is primetime Deion Sanders. Wide receiver, retired now. You know, he was a hot commodity, very flamboyant, very boisterous. You know, it was all about me as a wide receiver. You know, that kind of thing. And then he's retired now. And he has an unfortunate turn of events when he runs into public transit. And because of his reckless driving, the judge gives him the opportunity or the option to either go to jail, which I thought was a little stiff, and the judge was African-American, for running into a bus.
There's no way that would happen.
And yeah, I know, right? Or the no-brainer choice of coaching Civitan football.
He came up with that.
Oh, that's
she
right.
was
No,
like, you need to pick up dog shit for 300 hours.
Yeah, 300 hours worth of dog poop pickup there at the park. And then he convinced everybody at the park, I guess, to let him become the coach of this Civitan, Long Beach Civitan football team. And it really kind of parallels the story of Snoop Dogg without the attitude, because he is actually a little league, or whatever you call it, football coach in Crenshaw, I guess it is.
No, I think it's Long Beach.
Is it Long Beach where he's really from? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, and you know, so that's, you know, it wasn't too much of a stretch of a concept there, because that's what he's doing. I mean, so anyway, he takes his team, which are the Underdoggs. That's not their name. They didn't really have they were the green team, but they got them uniforms and spiffed them up and named them the Underdoggs because they were always the underdog.
2 G's.
2 G's, yeah, right. And, you know, they go from rags to riches, the worst team to the best team. That's, you know, that's what it is. So that's the movie. And, of course, there's a love interest in it, his former high school sweetheart, who just happens to be the mother of the star player. Funny how that works.
You know the funny part about that? Trying to buy that they're the same age.
There was a lot of funny things in this movie.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's like 48 probably, and that girl's a year younger than me.
I think I looked it up. I don't have...
Is he 50?
Yeah, he's in his fifth. No, he's older than me.
No.
Yeah, I'm
he
pretty sure it
graduated
was.
high school with Cameron Diaz. How about that fun fact?
Okay, well, maybe he's a little younger than me.
71. He's a little younger. Not that much.
What, 41?
No, he's born in 71.
Oh, he's born in 71, so he's 4 years difference.
Yeah.
All right, so he's in his early 50s. Yeah, no, it was... Again, Ted, I felt really uncomfortable watching this movie as a Caucasian. I love Snoop Dogg. I love the stuff that he's doing with Martha. Matter of fact, I watched Willie Nelson's birthday party on CBS about a month ago, and Snoop came out and sang with Willie.
That's awesome.
I loved it, okay? I thought it was great. But this movie made me really uncomfortable because I don't live in that world. Mm-hmm. Because everybody says the F word.
Everybody.
I mean, even the 8-year-old kids in the movie are dropping the F-bomb all the time. I mean, I don't think there are 10 sentences in this movie that don't have F in it.
So here's what I think that they tried to do unsuccessfully. They tried to make him Kenny Powers in Eastbound and Down. But the thing about Kenny Powers is Kenny Powers says ridiculous, offensive stuff and is super cocky, but everybody else around him is trying to be normal. So it works. Well, there's no points of him being vulnerable in this.
I was offended by that movie too.
Oh, I love that. That's like the best show ever.
I watched it, the whole series, every episode.
The opening scene of that when it's like him throwing at the baseball game and he goes, "My ass was 19. I threw a baseball like a damn rocket," and it's so ridiculous. The problem is 2J's isn't ridiculous. He's just mean.
Yeah, he's just egotistical. You're super cocky and
The problem with this is
it's not Little Giants.
Well, it's not Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is super likable.
Yeah.
And I can see how they sold him on this, but the fact is about an hour into this hour and 35-minute movie, all of a sudden Snoop Dogg becomes Snoop Dogg. And he's like, "Oh, you gonna get a new pair of shoes?" That scene, that's when it is. That's exactly when it is. He goes, "Hey man, I grew up in a trailer park right behind here. I know what's up. You're not getting new shoes."
Right.
That's the scene. And from there on in the rest of the movie's great. It's like, yeah. But that first 30 minutes is cringe.
And I get it too, because they're trying to show the transformation of his character coming from this egotistical, I'm the best, it's me, don't count on anybody but yourself kind of attitude, into morphing into this more human, down-to-earth person. I get that, and I understand what you're saying. Neither one of those characters were really Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg is really cool.
He's very likable.
So
everybody loves Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I don't know how you can. Mike Epps is in this movie. He's absolutely hysterical.
I think he's wasted in this movie. I'm like, they didn't give you enough to do.
I do too. Oh, I thought you meant like stoned wasted.
No. I think they didn't give him enough to do. Like he was so funny when he goes, "Man, ain't nobody hire me. I got tattoos on my face, man." And I was like, "Oh God, that's pretty funny."
Oh yeah. When he's introduced to Snoop, who he knew growing up, he's introduced because he jumps into Snoop's Mercedes. I forget what that is.
G-Wagon.
G-Wagon. He jumps into the passenger side of Snoop's G-Wagon. Snoop's behind the wheel, and he's got a gun. And he's trying to carjack him right there. And they recognize each other. And so they immediately get this bond back together. So, but no, Mike Epps was the only redeeming quality of this movie for me. I mean, that was it. Everything else I thought was horrible. I mean, I was because of all the language and the content, the way they talk to each other, and not even just Snoop Dogg, but everybody. I was like, all right, I'm so divorced from that world. I'm uncomfortable.
I'm not divorced from that world. I use F-bombs all the time. I thought the scene where the kids got hammered was funny.
Again.
When they walk out, he goes, "What are y'all doing peeing in my pool? These drunk kids." And I was like, "That's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny."
It wasn't that they were drunk. It was if they were peeing in the pool.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. Well, here's the difference from a world. I grew up where that would have realistically happened if you were in high school or in college. But we're talking 8, 10, 12-year-olds here getting hammered.
They were supposed to be 11, right? 11 and 12.
I guess.
They had to be. That girl was tall.
Well, they were all different ages. It's, Civitan football. That's what it's called. Civitan football.
I played it. Yeah, but it's 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12.
Well, maybe in Long Beach it's still, I don't know.
Maybe
Because that
they
little
just have
boy
a-
that played the quarterback, he couldn't,
8
was-
to 11.
Yeah, right.
He was very small.
As long as you don't have a driver's license and you show up for practice, you're on the team.
I just want to because otherwise this episode's going to be too short. I just want to throw out some. I mean, I want to do it anyway. And I'm not just padding it, but let me throw out some gems of sports movies that I think maybe not everybody has seen.
Okay.
Hardball, starring Keanu Reeves and a young Michael B. Jordan. Wonderful movie.
No, didn't see that.
Oh, that is the 10 times better version of this movie.
Okay.
It's great. Oh, you got to watch it.
See, I thought you were going to say Dodgeball with Vince Vaughn. And
No.
Ben Stiller.
It's got Diane Lane, and I mean it's amazing. It's really good.
Okay.
It's heartwarming. It's about the slums of Chicago, and Keanu Reeves has to go. He's like a degenerate gambler, and so this guy that's a lawyer says he's going to coach a baseball team, but he doesn't want to, so he pays him to do it, and so he does it, and the kids get him, and he gets the kids, and eventually they're all great. Anyway,
Well, what was that? What was that movie we just watched with Woody Harrelson? The
that
basketball
movie was great.
That was a good sports movie.
What was that movie called?
And see, there's a perfect parallel, at least from my knowledge, because that other movie I didn't see. They're the same movies. They're just produced and written differently.
Paige said the same exact, my wife, Paige said the same exact thing. She goes, "Oh, this is so bad compared to that Woody Harrelson movie we watched a couple months ago."
Yeah, it is the exact same concept. It's just that there's no language, there's no ugliness. I mean, the kids in this movie were just utterly rude.
Yeah, they were.
It was just as a parent, and the parents, that was the other thing. The parents on the sideline watching the kids in this movie, let them act that way.
Champions.
There you go.
And there's other ones out there for you guys that want to see some other movies. There's Little Giants, like Andrew said. That's a great movie.
Rick Moranis.
All three of the Mighty Ducks are great.
Emilio.
And
it's referenced.
Yeah, they reference it in
this movie.
Yeah.
Underdogs.
I'm trying to think. There's Long Shots with Ice Cube. That's a better version of this movie too.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean that's a movie about they live in some small town, and I think his niece wants to play football, and he's kind of down in his luck and whatever, and he coaches him. It's better than this.
Well, I'm going to beat you to the punch to the greatest sports movie ever made.
Bad News Bears?
No, that's number 2. Slapshot.
Oh, it's a good one.
Paul Newman and the Hanson brothers.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the greatest sports movie ever made. I mean, from the underdog to the champion scenario. It's better than Major League.
Which is Charlie also Sheen. Great.
Yeah. So
they're all great. Sports movies, you have to really, kind of really throw a wrench in it to not be pretty good.
Yeah.
Even We Are Marshall, not a good movie, but pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. And what was the Denzel Washington?
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans.
My mom loves that movie.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
It's good.
It's not as good as Slapshot, though.
No, it's packed with stars, too.
That's because it's not funny. I mean, if you need to have some humor in a sports movie. I mean, because here what I didn't say was Miracle on Ice. With Kurt Russell, yeah. So it's
no
a good
humor.
one. No humor. So it's okay.
Goon,
So I didn't see that.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's a Canadian movie, but it's Sean William Scott, Stifler from...
Yeah.
He's great. I mean, he's really good in it.
Is it funny?
Oh, yeah. He plays this
okay.
bouncer that can't skate, but can just knock people unconscious.
Oh!
So they make him a goon, and Jay Baruchel is like his best friend in it. It's a great movie. You should watch it.
We gotta get a producer that's going to show up and be here, because there was that ice skating movie. She was a figure skater, and he was
The Cutting Edge.
Cutting Edge, and he was the
Have I ever told you the D.B. Sweeney story?
No.
So I was doing Williamstown Theater Festival in my younger years, and D.B. Sweeney was there doing this play called Under Milkwood, and he was cool. He'd just hang out at the bar and have a beer and whatever. And he had this director, Darko Tresniak, and Darko was like giving him these notes, and he goes, just read from the book. The script is in the book, and he goes, and you don't need to do the accent. And D.B. Sweeney goes, I'm not going to do that. And the director goes, I'm telling this secondhand. The director goes, yes, you are. And he looked at him and he goes, bet I'm not. And he's like, I'm going to go talk to the head of the blah, blah, blah. And he goes, okay. And it's true. No, I mean, no offense to you guys.
Yeah.
Know your role. This is the dude from The Cutting Edge and Fire in the Sky. Know your role, Darko Tresniak.
And you don't see D.B. Sweeney in a lot of stuff, so maybe.
I bet you D.B. Sweeney quietly has a career.
I haven't seen it, so
he's in that movie Hardball.
Okay, well.
I'm just gonna real quickly before we move on look up D.B. Sweeney. Then you can give me your number.
All right. Well, I had another good movie. Oh, The Cutters.
Breaking Away.
Breaking Away.
That movie's unreal. Oscar nominations.
That's a great sports movie. So,
okay. Let's see what D.B. Sweeney. Oh, I told you, quiet. 109 acting credits.
Oh.
He was in
TV.
Reporting for Christmas. He was in Call Me Cap for 2 episodes. He was in Be Positive on Showtime for 10 episodes. I mean, he was in Empire. I mean, that's what I'm saying, dude. He's one of those actors.
You just don't recognize him in anything.
He just looks like an older version of that guy.
You've named off stuff that I've seen, and I don't remember him being in it.
No, I get you. I mean, he's just a working actor.
There you go.
He was in 10 episodes of 2.5 Men.
Oh, I've watched 2.5 Men 1,000 times each episode.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't recall any episodes that he was in.
I'm just telling you.
I mean, all right.
I mean, it's kind of shocking how many things he has been in. He's in Taken 2. What? I'm going to show... Hold up, DB. Let's see what DB looks like.
Seriously.
He looks like DB.
I would have never recognized him.
Oh, there he is. Look at that hump.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that right there is... So...
Cool guy when I met him. Cool guy.
There you go.
Anyway, what you want me to give this a number?
Go ahead. You can lead off.
Oh, man. 60?
Wow.
It's pretty bad.
Well...
I mean, I'm not giving it... Listen, I recognize that you went out there and made a movie. I'm never going to be that critic that's like 31.
Well, I'm about to be that critic.
I mean...
I mean, no, seriously. This was a complete waste of time. I was uncomfortable through it all. And it wasn't because of race. It was because of the language and the way they portrayed people. I mean, parents not disciplining their kids when they act like a bunch of brats. Oof. I mean, it was poor. It was a bad movie. It was a bad movie. So I was gonna say 35.
Okay, I feel like 60 is a bad score.
60 is a bad score.
That's the lowest point of a D you can get in the way
this movie doesn't even deserve a score. I mean, a grade.
Okay, 59. It's a high F.
Oh my God, it was horrible. It was completely uncomfortable for me.
I bet you,
except for Mike Epps' role.
I bet you it got streamed so many times this week. I bet you if we see the numbers, I can't imagine. This was an Andrew pick, by the way, everybody. This was not a Ted pick.
This was. I was excited to see Snoop. I love Snoop.
I think it's the writing of the script.
Yeah,
It could have been better.
But anyway, I'm not going there. The acting was not good in it. It was sad. I laughed. All right, here's a scene. Here's a scene. It's not a spoiler because it's insignificant, which is pretty much every scene in this except for when he runs into the public transportation transit bus. He's in his Mercedes G.
Yes, G-Wagon.
G-Wagon, okay? And he is on dirt and grass in the park.
Okay.
And the sound effects are him on asphalt squealing his tires. I have never heard tires squeal on grass. And here's another one too. Every other scene when they're on the football field, there is a sun flare on the lens. I mean, there was no production quality whatsoever. If you're looking at it and it cuts to a scene and you can't see the scene because of a flare on the lens, that's bad. That's really, really bad. I mean, and so no, I'm sticking with my 30. This movie was horrible.
Horrible, 59.
35. And that's it. All right. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We hope to have a better one for next week for you.
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from this one, like COVID.
Yeah.
Run. Don't waste your time. So, anyway, again, thanks. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.